Hello everyone, my name is Ben Logel and I'm here to talk to you guys about animal welfare in zoos and aquariums, which is one of my persuasive speeches on, so how about we get started? A fun fact to know is that did you guys know that there were two organizations, the World Association of Zoos and Aquariums and the Change for Animal Foundations did a research survey on checking out 12 of the top zoos and aquariums around the world, and they found out that misfortune, mistreatment, and cruelty was happening to animals, which is not good. So yeah. My thesis statement for to start off my introduction is that zoos and aquariums provide a lot for the animals and the people, but I believe more effort needs to go into how these facilities treat and care for our animals. And basically, these facilities need to, work hard, and because the animals depend on people every day. I chose to research this topic because I am exploring the variety of facts and information about animal welfare and their health and wellness for the animals that live in these facilities. This topic is very important to me because I have a great passion and love for animals in the animal welfare and around the world, and I will be choosing to dedicate my life to animals. And my hope for today is to educate you all to get how you can get more involved with animal rights or help with animals. So let's get started. My first main point of my speech is animals in captivity that live in zoos and aquariums need better care, because basically I would like to discuss and make you all aware that many zoos and aquariums are being questioned when it comes to animal welfare and the daily treatment they're giving for their animals every day. So to help me with this topic, I did some research in an article called "Some of the World's Top Zoos and Aquariums Are Mistreating Animals," written by Maya Taylor, and it explains some upsetting details of animal mistreatment, which I was very shocked about. So some of the examples that I have found in my research is tigers and lions are being forced to take part in big shows in France, and they're also being used as photo props and giving rides in Canada and South Africa, which is not comfortable for them, and it can also confuse them as well. Another example that I found is that elephants are performing in shows with props in Japan, and they're also giving rides in Canada, which is not good. This shocks me because many of the activities are being forced by humans that are doing these awful things that can possibly hurt the animal's mental wellness, cause them to feel stress, and they can also cause them to have anxiety as well. Plus, other emotions can cause the animals to feel hurt inside, and it's unnatural and it can be uncomfortable for them. Now you guys understand why animals are being treated like this, but now let's talk about the facts, the inspections, and laws about animal welfare. So this is my second main point, which is current laws for animal welfare. The USDA plus the APHIS, also known as the United States of Agriculture and Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service, passed a law called the Consolidated Appropriation Act of 2020, which means animal welfare records and reports from the USDA are now public, because they weren't public now, but now they are public now. And also inspection reports also became public on the website as well, so that way people can see what is happening online. And now that zoos and aquariums were legally required to take require inspection reports and posted publicly 100% of the time, on the USDA website, they are forced now to be more responsible for the animals in their community. Some of the examples that I found of some of the reports I found was a AWA inspection reports, animal welfare inventories, teachable moments, and also Horse Protections Act movement. So there are many zoos and aquariums doing construction and new exhibits, but how much is focused on the animals' well-being or the visitors growing their business? And that's where I come to my third main point, which is making zoos and aquariums focus more on the animals when they are doing their new designs of their exhibits. Zoo designers are well aware of the need to address growing public concern of animal captivity. Zoos are working not only to make their exhibits better suited for the animals, but they are also able to demonstrate these efforts to the public and their visitors as well. It shows that society pressure is increasing and zoos around the world are being forced to make improvements for their animals and the people that come and visit their animals and for the animal welfare community. To continue my third main point, I did some more research on an article called In the Future of Zoos, written by Justin Werlein, and he talks about a great example about the St. Louis Zoo and their new polar bear exhibit. So basically it talks about the St. Louis Zoo designed a $60 million facility to support the recent research for their polar bears and their living environment. And so basically this exhibit was 40,000 square feet long and had different areas for the polar bears, which were the sea coast and the tundra, depending on their species. Designers built this exhibit big enough to accommodate up to 5 polar bears, so that way they will have a good social environment and plenty of space to roam around in. St. Louis Zoo visitors still may not be convinced that the zoo has the bear's best interest just yet, but the zoo has a 2,600 square feet animal care facility where the vets can come to the bear's help if they need health care quickly. The St. Louis Zoo is not the only zoo that are giving out projects. A few other projects are also being at several different zoos too. I actually added a third main point because I love talking about animals so much. So my fourth main point is what can we do better to help our animals? We have to get people involved with animal rights to make sure that zoos and aquariums plus animal shelters are making animal safety rights a priority, and we all have to do the following. And there are many ways that people can get involved and make a change, like social media to get people more aware and more involved online with the animals, donations for research and living environments for the animals, contacting facilities to make sure laws get passed, volunteering your time to take care of animals for your interest and well-being, which is what I do at the Mystic Aquarium. Foster or adopt animals because it's a good way as well. Educate your friends and family to spread the word so that they can spread the word to others, and become aware of the national and world association supporting animals, which is an example from the World Association of Zoos and Aquariums, dedicated to care and conservation of animals and their habitats around the world. Before I get to my conclusion, I would like to talk about a special series that I think you guys might know, The Tiger King, which talks about true stories about how exotic animals like tigers are being mistreated here in the U.S., and the government and USDA are getting involved with these investigations, which can cause into criminal charges and prison time. So it's on Netflix, so if you haven't watched it, please definitely do. It's really good. So I hope this speech taught you all some very good lessons about that zoos and aquariums provide a lot for animals, people, and their visitors, but I believe more effort needs to go into how these facilities care for, treat, and focus on these amazing animals in these facilities that depend on humans every day. The key messages to remember here were The key messages to remember were animals in captivity that live in zoos and aquariums need better care. Current laws for animal welfare need to be in place, but we need more laws to be passed. Zoos and aquariums have to focus more on the animals when they are doing new designs on their exhibits to consider the best living environment in space. And what can we do better to take care of our animals? We have a responsibility to make sure all animals, whether in a zoo or an aquarium or animal shelter, are being taken care of the way we want to be treated. It will take all of us to give animals happiness, which is what people give us, which is what animals give us, happiness. We need to do more of giving than just taking. Get educated and take action, plus get involved.